caught in the crossfire. Y'all, we are literally in the season, right, where truths are going to start being revealed, right? People who have wronged you, definitely their karma is coming. And unfortunately, there are going to be some innocent people that are caught in the crossfire, right? When it comes to divine feminine and when it comes to divine masculine, I'm telling y'all, the universe is not playing. Like anyone out there that is still crossing, that is still going against a divine being, the universe is no longer playing, because literally at this point, the universe is becoming so protective of its divine beings that innocent people are getting caught in the crossfire. This dream, okay, I don't know why I have my windshield wipers on because it's not even raining. This dream, this is like one of those things where it's like, there's no way, like this is like one of those things where it's like, it's too big of a coincidence for it to, like, it's too big of a coincidence for it to be a coincidence, right? Like, what are the odds? So in this dream, there's this Uber, right? And the dream starts when divine feminine gets in the car, right? So there's this, I don't do Uber or Lyft, so I don't know exactly how they work, right? But I'm assuming it's like, it has to be like an Uber share, because the Uber picks up more than one person, right? So the car pulls up and divine feminine gets in the car, right? Now divine feminine is just trying to get a ride to work. I don't know what's going on and why she can't drive herself. I don't really feel like it matters at this point. Divine feminine is just trying to get a ride to work, right? She gets in the car and there's this woman in the car, and I don't know who, what, when, where, why, or how, but I do know that divine feminines, especially when you have like that that Queen of Pentacles, especially like the divine feminines, the earth and the water signs that have that nurturing, that kind of mothering, that kind of just like emotional kind of intelligence feel, people open up to you, right? Like I know I have people, I have random strangers that literally will come sit next to me and be like, hey, is this chair open? Next thing you know, 10, 15 minutes later, they are telling me their whole life story. It just kind of happens when you have that that kind of like open energy, right? That it just, people just feel comfortable opening up to you, right? So this is pretty much what happens. Divine feminine gets in the car. They kind of exchange pleasantries. You know, how are you doing? Good morning. You know, this, that, and the third. And as the car ride goes, next thing you know, this woman this woman had a lot that she needed to get off of her chest, like a lot. And divine feminine was, I was going to say right place, right time, but I don't even know if I would consider it that. But divine feminine was there, and she was the listening ear that this young woman really needed, right? So this young woman starts telling her that, oh yeah, I have a child. This is my first child. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about being a mother, but I'm upset. Me and my child's father, we didn't work out. He left. I was never expecting to have to be a single mom. I was never expecting to have to raise his child on my own. And when I tell y'all, if you've been like a listener of my channel and other videos, I've been telling y'all for like, I don't know, since last year, I've been saying that there's been a lot of energy coming through about people becoming single parents, about people, and a lot of it was people like getting their karma of going out here having children, then trying to run back to a divine feminine, divine masculine, and that person basically being like, no. But even with that being said, there are going to be some people out there who are going to have children or impregnate a divine being and still are going to end up being a single parent, because Spirit did not intend for you to, like, you guys are not a divine match. You guys are not a match. Spirit did not want you and that person together. So whether there's a child involved or not, if Spirit says no, the answer is no. And if you continue to pursue it, you're pretty much just digging your own feet in the dirt, right? Digging your own feet in the mud. But anyways, so this woman is like, she's really, really upset. And she's like, she really wanted her family to work. She wants her family back. This is not how she intended her life going. She says that her ex, her child's father, her ex, whatever, told her that he was in love with another woman and that he wanted to make things work with her. And her ex already has 2 children. Now, first of all, women, quick sidebar, right? Stop having children with men who already have children and are not doing for the children that they already have, okay? Please stop, because it's not to say that you're bringing it on yourself, you know, but at the same time, you're kind of putting yourself in a predicament, and you already know how it's going to end. How do you know how it's going to end? Because you have a preview, right? Like, people are like, oh, well, I'm different. She this, she that. He would never do that to me. I'm not her. I'm this and I'm that. Sweetie, you don't know anything about that woman other than what he tells you. And please understand, I'm not saying that all men lie, but what I'm saying is that whatever he's telling you from his perspective. This is his version of the story. But as you know, there are 2 sides to every story. Actually, no, there are 3 sides to every story. There's his side, there's her side, and then there's the truth, right? So everything that you're getting is all his side of the story, and you chose to believe it, and now you're sitting here in a car crying to a complete stranger about being a single mother to this child when the proof was already in the pudding. And I don't say that to be harsh. I don't say that to be harsh. I'm definitely one of those people, like people who know me know, please don't ask me for my opinion if you don't want to hear my honest opinion. You know what I mean? Like this is not the channel for you if you're going to be upset about harsh truths, right? Because we have to accept the light and the dark, right? We have to accept both. There are lessons that we all have to go through, and the lessons can get pretty harsh if we insist on being hard-headed, right? Like he already had children, and you saw how that situation ended up. Baby, you already had the cheat code before you took the test. You already had the cheat code before you took the test, and you still, this is what you decided to do, right? And I'm sorry that you ended up in this situation. I really do feel for this person. I really do feel for this person. But at the same time, the universe is really, we're at a stage where like things are going to be made right. So for people who keep saying, oh, this is going down, that's going down, the world is changing, everything's getting worse. If from your standpoint, when you look around, you see that everything is getting worse, then all that does is that tells you what side of karma you're on. Because all I can say is for the past 2 years, everything in my life has gotten tremendously better. I don't give a shit, excuse my language, what is going on with this economy right now. Everything in my life for the past 2 years have gotten tremendously better, right? So, baby, what side of karma are you on, right? It's time to make amends. It's time to right your wrongs. You know, it's time to, whatever skeletons you have in your closet, it's time to bury them, okay? Whatever you've swept under the rug, it's time to do your spring. It's time to do your spring cleaning, okay? It's just time, because the world is changing. And depending upon what side of karma you're on is going to tell you what outcome you're going to get, right? But I digress. So this woman in the car is crying. She's crying. She is visibly upset. And so they're talking. Divine Feminine is comforting her. Divine Feminine is asking, questions, not to be nosy. The girl is obviously already divulging this information anyways. So they're just talking, and Divine Feminine is asking questions just to get a little bit more insight so that she can give her some tailored advice, right? Some tailored advice for her situation. And so the girl, basically, like I said, is saying that her child's father already has 2 kids by another woman. She thinks that he's going back to his ex, his first ex, his original mother of his children, right? And she's like, it didn't work out. I don't know why he think it would work out this time. It didn't work out the first time, and she's just going. And then the Uber driver says, hey, I don't know how Uber share works, right? But the Uber driver says, hey, I know that, you two, got this ride, but I have there's another one that popped up and it's on the way. Would you mind if I pick this person up? I can just have them sit in the front seat. It's literally, it's on the way, right? And where they need to go is headed in the same direction. So they're both like, yeah, sure. Like, we don't really care. They're like deep in conversation. They really don't care about what else is going on, right? Y'all, they pick up the third passenger. I feel like you already know where the story is going. Guess who it is? You've had enough time. Absolutely. It is this woman's child's father. It is her child's father. And that's not even the worst of it. He gets in the car and he turns around and he sees the mother of his child, and then he looks, because he's sitting in the passenger seat. Divine Feminine is sitting behind the passenger seat, and the ex is sitting behind the driver's seat, right? So he turns around, looks over his shoulder, and sees the ex first, and he's just like, oh, hey, how you doing? Just exchanging pleasantries once again. He turns around just to speak to the other person in the car, and Divine Feminine, would you believe that this is actually your ex? This is your ex. And when he sees you, his face lights up. I mean, smile from ear to ear. His face completely lights up, and he's like, oh, hey, I've been meaning to reach out. I've been really wanting to talk to you. I've been wondering if we could get together. And he just looks so happy. Y'all, he looks healthy. There's something about, like, when he talks to Divine Feminine makes a comment like, oh, have you been working out? Like, you look great. There's something about this particular masculine having had health issues, and he finally decided to start taking his health seriously. He's been working out, skin is clear. I mean, he looks great, y'all. He looks great. So they start talking. He's like, yeah, I've been working out. Like, hey, we should work out together. I know how you've always said that it's like important to stay fit, stay healthy. Ever since you left, I've been taking it more seriously, all this and that. And like, y'all, it doesn't need to be said. It does not need to be said. They're sitting there talking. It's almost like he completely forgot that his ex, the mother of his child, is even in the car. He forgot she was even there. So he's sitting there, he's talking to Divine Feminine. He's like, we should get together, we should go out. And this ex, matter of fact, not even just this ex, both this ex and this Divine Feminine, they turn and they look at each other. Not for long, not like a long time. It's just like a quick glance. And they look at each other and they both instantly realize that the reason that masculine left the mother of his child, the woman that he's in love with, the person that he wanted to go back to make things work, is this Divine Feminine that is sitting right next to her in this car. Y'all, that's absolutely crazy. That's absolutely crazy, because when I tell y'all, this woman was not even a karmic. She's not even a karmic. I don't even know, like, if you're not a divine, you're not a karmic. I don't know what you call like an NPC. I really don't know. But This woman is not even a karmic. Like, nothing about her screams that she is a bad person. Nothing about her screams that she's low vibrational, other than the fact that she just made a really poor choice. And like, even as divine beings, we do that. We do that. We make bad choices. Like, everyone is guilty of at some point in their life making a poor choice, regardless of what that choice may be. And depending upon what your choice may be, of course, will determine how big of a, or how catastrophic or how minute the outcome will be, right? But this is literally just a woman who made a poor choice, y'all. Who made a poor choice in picking a partner. And now her entire life is going to be changed. When I tell y'all, right? Touch not my anointed. When the universe shows you that you and a person are not meant to be together, believe it, okay? Believe it. Take heed to it. Stop trying to force things. If you are with someone and your relationship is just going through all this turmoil, and people are always like, not always, I'm sorry, y'all, I have a bad habit of saying all people and always, because it's not ever that, right? But some people have a habit of being like, oh, like, yeah, our relationships go through trials and tribulations, but it makes us stronger. It brings us closer together. Like, sometimes those trials and tribulations, when you guys are facing financial struggle, when you guys are facing homelessness, like I was having dreams of people's homes burning down, people ending up in the hospital with serious health issues. When your relationships are taking those kind of hits, and it's like hit after hit after hit after hit, it's like you guys can't catch a break. That is not your relationship standing the test of time. That is two individuals being hard-headed and not understanding that the universe is trying to tell you you are not meant to be together, right? But when I tell y'all, we are coming to a time where all of that is coming to an end. If you are at this time experiencing a lot of turmoil and a lot of downfalls in your life, then that means that you have some karma, you have some things that you need to clean up. You have some things or some people, some situations. It's not always people. It's not, please don't go and leave your partner. It's not always people. You have some situations that you need to let go of, right? And for someone, like, as I'm saying situations, for someone I'm getting, if you have a lot of turmoil at your job, you need to let that job go. Like, if something keeps happening, things keep happening, that is the universe showing you that you need to let that job go. They have, stop being afraid. Take a leap of faith. They have something else for you. And it's bigger and better. I'm hearing like bigger and better than ever, right? But like, seriously, we are at a time where things are going to come crashing down. So you got to be obedient. You got to make those amends. You got to take that step. You got to take that leap of faith. Otherwise, you're going to get caught in the crossfire. So anyways, y'all, as always, if you made it this far, thank you for listening. Bye.